VIP, gestures to another person, making frequent calls or remaining totally engaged on phone, sitting away from other people, lack of accurate information about origin or destination airports. All such behaviors point out that the person is suspicious and needs to be subjected to interrogation and further investigation. It is not only the duty of the security personnel to keep an eye on such persons, but every person working at the airport. They must always be alert and keep their eyes and ears open. If they detect any suspicious activity, they must report to their supervisor or to the security personnel or agencies. Airport entry pass shall bear name of the person, photograph, areas of the airport for which pass is valid, the validity period, the serial number, and signature of issuing authority. Welcome to 5th module of Aviation Security Awareness course. In this module, we will learn about the restricted items to be carried on an aeroplane, about bombs and explosives and how they are detonated, places and methods of concealment. In addition, we will also discuss the effects of an explosion, and finally we will learn what to do and what not to do when we find any unclaimed bag packet or package with suspected bomb or explosive devices be carried on board an aeroplane for security reasons are called restricted articles. Restricted articles are classified into 4 categories. These are weapons, dangerous articles, dangerous substances, and explosives. Weapons are articles primarily designed to injure, kill, immobilize, or incapacitate in order to control someone. Articles considered under the category of weapons include knives, swords, guns, revolvers, pistols, rifles, machine guns, swords or saber, catapults, electric shock weapons, articles used in martial arts, swords hidden in an umbrella or a cave. Handcuffs are also considered weapons because a person can be controlled with a handcuff. Sikh air travelers in India are given some exemption based on their faith or religion. According to this exemption, Sikh passengers can travel with a saber, sword or kirpan of maximum 9 inches, but its blade size cannot be more than 6 inches. If the blade size is less than 6 inches, the handle may exceed 3 inches in length, but the total length cannot be more than 9 inches. This saber can be carried on person's body, but cannot be kept alone with baggage. This exemption is applicable only on domestic flights. Sabers of any size are prohibited on all international flights. Now let's talk about dangerous articles which cannot be used to injure or kill someone, but to threat or to endanger safety of passengers and aircraft. For example, hockey stick is used for sports, but someone can be attacked with hockey stick. Therefore, all such things that can be misused to threaten or control someone fall under the category of dangerous articles. This category includes starter pistols used in sports, all types of screwdrivers, ice picks, toy guns, any type of model that looks like real explosives, etc. The next category of restricted articles is dangerous substances. In this category, those things are considered which are neither weapons nor dangerous articles. These are chemical substances which react with air and pose hazard to health, safety, security of aircrafts, passengers or property. All types of flammable liquids such as diesel, gasoline, kerosene, flammable liquid, alcohol, ethanol, etc. come under this category. Any type of gas or gas containers with large quantities of chemicals also fall into this category. Turpentine paints, thinners also come under the category of dangerous substances. Other substances in this category include acids, alkaline liquids, any corrosive or bleaching agent, any radioactive material, any poison, any biologically hazardous substance like bacteria, infected food, or a virus, etc. Flammable items that can catch fire very easily like firefighting cylinders are also under this category. The fourth type of restricted article is explosives. Explosives can be triggered to explode. When exposed to temperature, it explodes and leads to blast effect or thermal shocks. There are two types of explosives, low explosives and high explosives. Low explosives include all types of firecrackers, ammunition and gunpowder. It also includes firecrackers used on occasion of various events, festivals, and sometimes in theatre also. Low explosives do not require to explode and can be exploded with the help of a matchbox. That's why it is not safe to carry or store them, because even a slight mistake can cause low explosives to explode. In true sense, low explosives do not explode but causes fire. If a low explosive is to be blasted, it has to be enclosed or wrapped in something, or a casing of textile thread, plastic or waterproof material. A low explosive, when ignited, produces a high velocity shock wave and releases tremendous amount of gas. Changes from solid or liquid form to gaseous form takes place. If this low explosive is enclosed due to the pressure of gas released, its outer cover breaks, causing explosion. High explosive is different from low explosive in a way that high explosives cannot be detonated with a matchbox or by any mechanical means. To detonate a high explosive, we need a device called detonator. The detonator itself is a low explosive. High explosives do not need any casing to detonate, and they can be detonated only by using a detonator. Therefore, high explosives are safe to transport or store as they cannot detonate on their own. The explosion of high explosives is many times more dangerous than that of low explosives. There are many types of high explosives. These are classified into 4 types. The first of these is nitroglycerine-based explosives, also called commercial explosives, dynamite gelatin, blasting gelatin, special gelatin, and Frag-X. The second type of high explosive is TNT. The full form of TNT is trinitrotoluene, which is a yellowish solid substance. It can be melted or molded into any shape. The third type of high explosive is plastic explosive, which is either RDX-based or PETN-based. Mostly terrorists use RDX-based or PETN-based explosives. It is a well-known fact that a few hundred grams of plastic explosive can destroy an entire aeroplane. C4, PE4, Semtex H, etc. are other major plastic explosives. The fourth type of high explosive is a mixture of fuel, oil, and oxygen-releasing substances such as ammonium nitrate. These compounds burn fiercely or explode when subjected to severe heat. Adding an oxidizer to different fuel oils produces the effect of a high explosive. The most prominent commercial explosives in this category are ANFO, ammonium nitrate and fuel oil, and power gel. Now we will talk about IEDs, called bombs in common language. The full form of IED is improvised explosive device. In common parlance, it is also called ID. An improvised explosive device does not have a fixed design shape. Terrorists or criminals can give it new shape or design, so it is improvised every time and hence called improvised explosive device, IED. There are 4 main components of an IED. First is high explosive, also called main charge. Second one is a detonator, required to explode this high explosive or main charge. We have discussed earlier that without a detonator, high explosives cannot be exploded. There are two types of detonators, electric and non-electric. Electric detonators are mostly used in bombs, which are exploded by inducing electric current in detonator. Electric detonators are easier to control. There is a battery in IED to supply power to electric detonator, and a switch is placed between battery and the detonator. When switch is on, battery sends power to detonator. First, the detonator explodes, which leads to explosion of main explosive substance, that is, high explosive. Every time terrorists or criminals try to make new type of switches which determine how the battery's power goes to the detonator, the bomb explodes as soon as the battery power or current flows to the detonator. Three components of a bomb, that is, main charge, power source, or battery and detonator, are same in all bombs. Improvisation is only in switches. Terrorists try to use new type of switches on different occasions of unlawful acts. There are 4 types of switches. The first type is anti-handling switch. Any attempt to tamper with the bomb, anti-handling switch gets activated or triggered. Tampering may involve touching it, smelling it, pricking it, moving it, etc. Switches gets on and the bomb explodes. So, if you see any suspicious object, it is advisable not to touch it and inform the security personnel, because we do not know how the switch will get activated, and if it is a bomb, it may explode due to our ignorance or mistake. The second type is a time delay switch. A timer is installed in place of a switch. When time set on timer is over, switch gets on and the power from the battery reaches to detonator. And finally, the bomb explodes. Timer can be of many types: electronic, mechanical, hydraulic, pneumatic, or a clock timer. Even chemical timers are available nowadays. Third type of switch is called ambient control switch. The prevailing condition of surrounding environment like temperature, heat, etc. turns on the switch. For example, ambient control switch may have a temperature sensor that gets triggered when ambient temperature reaches up to predetermined degrees. It may also happen that the switch detects the sound or noise level. When the surrounding noise reaches it, switch gets activated and the battery power is supplied to the detonator for explosion to take place. It can also happen that it is a light sensing switch, and as soon as light falls on the bomb, this switch is on and the bomb explodes. There are many other ways switches can be improvised to get triggered, sensing a surrounding environment condition. The fourth type of switch is a remote control or command control switch. In this technique, the person planting and handling the bomb gives command for bomb to explode. This command can be given through the common wires, as we use wires in our homes to operate a fan or light. This type of IED mechanism is often used in areas affected with Naxalism. Naxalites plant the bomb in a pit below the road or bridge by laying the wires up to a faraway place. Whenever a vehicle passes from a distant place, they turn on switch with the help of wires laid underground and the bomb explodes. This remote control command can also be exercised using SIM card of a mobile, with an infrared beam, or from any Bluetooth controlled device. Command can also be exercised by using any VHF communication, FM transmission, etc. In this type of command switch, the person planting bomb has not set any time for the explosion of bomb, but the bomb is being controlled by him. The offender planting bomb waits after planting the bomb and gives command for explosion of bomb whenever he wants. Now we will talk about the effects of explosion. When the bomb explodes, released gas creates tremendous amount of pressure. Let us understand this. We know that the air pressure in tire of two-wheeler is 30 psi and the air pressure in car tires is 30 to 35 psi. It is assumed that at a pressure of 50 psi, the eardrum of a person bursts and the person becomes deaf. Similarly, at a pressure of 150 psi, lungs stop working and a person dies. When a high explosive bomb explodes, the pressure of the gas produced is 4 million psi. Now, you can understand why bomb explosion is so dangerous and life-threatening. It is rare that someone survives at the site of the bomb blast. Hence, number of deaths at the site of bomb explosion is very high. At times, it's difficult to identify the dead person. The speed of the explosion is almost 25,000 kilometers per hour, and the speed at which things burst due to explosion is almost 6,000 kilometers per hour. Let us know the thermal effect of a bomb blast. We know that the body temperature of a normal human being is 37 degrees Celsius, and water starts boiling at 100 degrees Celsius. But when a bomb explodes, temperature at that place rises up to 3,000 to 4,000 degrees Celsius. Everything close to that place catches fire. Due to bomb blast, a person may be thrown up to 30 to 60 feet in air and can fall up to 100 meters away from site of explosion. When a bomb explodes, area of high pressure is created in surrounding places, whereas a vacuum is created at that place. When such high pressure returns to a place of vacuum, buildings, walls start trembling and falling. Sometimes blast is so powerful that it leads to earthquakes, tsunamis, causing losses of huge magnitude. Bomb blasts can cause fire in buildings, vehicles, and properties. Now we will discuss the places and methods of concealing bombs or explosives. No one can know all places and methods of concealment because the criminal or terrorists are always one step ahead and keep on innovating. But we can definitely discuss all the methods of concealment used so far by them. Explosives can be concealed in a tube of shaving cream. Liquid explosives can be concealed in bottles of whiskey or wine. It has been observed that sometimes explosives are concealed in birthday cakes. Sometimes blasting gelatin is concealed inside chocolate. As we mentioned earlier, TNT can be melted and molded into any shape. So, maybe a toy, a wall painting, or such other things give the illusion of being toy, painting, etc., but in reality it is explosive. Sometimes explosives are concealed in a bag or suitcase by increasing the thickness of bottom of the bag. In this case, the size of bag or suitcase will appear big when seen from outside, but when it is opened, its depth will appear to be lesser because explosives have been concealed at its bottom. Many times, criminals conceal explosives under clothing like inside a jacket. It has also been observed that explosives are disguised inside items of common use available in local market with a small size of detonator. Many times it is disguised in a pen, in a calculator, or inside a shoe sole. The overall conclusion is that a bomb or explosive can be concealed anywhere. A security personnel has to use his intelligence and skill to decide what to check and what not to. In such situations, the security personnel try to read gestures, nervousness of the criminal. The bomb can also be disguised in a tiffin box. It can also be in the cover of spectacles, in the sole of shoes, or in anything else. At the end of this module, we will know what to do when we discover an unclaimed item which may be a bomb or explosive. The most important rule of thumb is when any suspicious object is discovered, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. Don't try to open it, don't try to unwrap it, Don't turn or shake it. Don't try to throw it. Don't try to cut any string or wire. Do not bring any metallic thing or a mobile phone near it. The gist is, never ever try to tamper with a suspected bomb or explosive. So what to do? Ensure that the item is actually unclaimed one. For this, inquire from people whether the object belongs to anyone has forgotten to pick it. When it is confirmed that the object does not belong to any person and is unclaimed and suspicious, evacuation of people should start. The area should be cordoned and enclosed with sandbags or by applying any other suitable measure. Bomb Detection and Disposal Squad (BDDS) will be called. BDDS team will examine and decide whether it is a bomb or not. If the object is a bomb, they defuse. If so, important things to remember on discovering of an unclaimed item are: 1. Do not touch it. 2. Evacuate people from the place. 3. Call the BDDS team. Thus, 5th module ends here. After attempting a 6-question quiz, you can proceed to next final module. Jai Hind. To use new type of switches on different occasions of unlawful acts. There are 4 types of switches. We have discussed earlier that without a detonator, high explosives cannot be exploded. Welcome to Module 6 of the Aviation Security Awareness course. In this module, we will learn various aspects of bomb threat. What is the assessment process of a bomb threat call received, including types of bomb threat? What are the measures taken at an airport to deal with a bomb threat? All these topics are to be discussed in this module. Let us first understand the formal definition of a bomb threat. A bomb threat is a communicated message, anonymous or otherwise, which suggests or infers, whether true or false, that the safety of an aircraft in flight or on the ground, or any airport or civil aviation facility, including people at those places, may be in danger from an explosive or other item or device. So, we understand that the bomb threat can be for an aeroplane either in the air or on the ground. As this is a security awareness course for non-security aviation personnel, we will not discuss the threat to the aircraft in flight. In this module, we will only discuss the scenario where the aeroplane is on the ground. Apart from plane, the threat can be for any installation or navigational aid at the airport, or it could be for a building or facility in close proximity to an airport, or it could be for cargo being shipped by an aeroplane, or it could be for a cargo installation. Now let us have a look at those people who can communicate or make a bomb threat call. This threat may come from terrorists or terrorist organizations who want to actually sabotage or destroy the aeroplane or airport, or it may be from a disgruntled person who wants to blackmail and get his demands fulfilled rather than detonating the bomb. It could also be someone who wants to test the system and its robustness. How we react to a bomb threat and how prepared we are to deal with a bomb threat so that he can plan more meticulously for future misadventures. The person giving information about bomb threat can also be a well-wisher who wants to pass the information heard or received from some other person that a bomb has been planted and he wants to help us overcome the crisis. The person making the bomb threat may also be a disgruntled or unsatisfied current or former employee of the airport or an associate of the employee who wants to take revenge out of personal enmity. It could also be a delayed passenger who wants to delay the departure and not to miss the flight. People under the influence of alcohol or drugs and mentally deranged people can also make such threats. Sometimes, children also commit such crimes out of fun because they do not understand its seriousness and consequences. There are 4 phases of handling a bomb threat. First, receiving a bomb threat call. Second, reporting a bomb threat. Third, evaluating or assessing a bomb threat. And fourth, response to it. Bomb threats can be communicated to us through telephone calls, emails, faxes, letters, and even through social media. But most often these threats are communicated through telephone calls. This is because the timing of making a threat call and receiving the call is same. And it has an urgency factor to deal with it, while threats through other mediums, there can be a time gap between making a threat and receiving it. The threat may be an inside threat coming from an employee working at the airport or from an office attached to the airport but located outside the airport. For example, ticket booking offices of airlines are located away from airports. Whoever receives such a telephone call, it is very important to keep following things in mind. First of all, don't be nervous, remain calm, do not panic. Note the exact time the call was received. Try to ascertain from where the call is being made. Try to figure out background noise associated with call. If necessary, alert colleagues through gestures to trace and, if possible, record the call. Listen carefully and note down actual words used by the caller. Note down any other details that can give vital clues. Try to prolong the call to obtain as much as possible information. Person receiving call about a bomb threat should ask the following questions in the sequential order as below. First question: where is the bomb? That is, knowing location of the bomb so it can help in planning the response, that is, diversion of aircraft in flight, evacuation of terminal building. Second, when will it explode? Asked to help Determine time factor for planning the response. Third, how does it look like? Asked so that bomb can be recognized during search. One thing to be understood clearly is that our interest should be first to locate and defuse the bomb rather than knowing the person making bomb threat. As lives are involved, saving them is first priority. That's why our first 3 questions are about bomb. If he's responding to questions, we should ask 2 more questions, that is, who are you and why are you doing this, so that we can determine the credibility of caller as well as genuinity of threat. The person receiving the bomb threat should try to fill important information in a form called the Bomb Threat Report Form, BTRF. If the person receiving the threat is not literate, the form can be filled with the help of supervisor or senior to him. The Bomb Threat Report Form helps in recording details such as whether the caller was male or female, gender of the caller, whether the caller was a child or a youth, age of the caller, what was his voice characteristics, was he serious or laughing, what was his accent, level of command on language, did he seem intoxicated, was he reading the message, was he speaking without reading, was there any background noise with the call to find out from where the call was made, was there background noise of a train, aeroplane, market or music, or was there the sound of talking, machines, traffic or typing? Any bomb threat received shall be informed at the earliest to the Coordinator of Bomb Threat Assessment Committee, BTAC. Who will immediately convene a meeting of the BTAC. The Bomb Threat Assessment Committee is a recognized apex body at airport empowered to assess and act on any bomb threat call. The committee does not seek or wait for any opinion from external bodies or higher authorities. The reason being is very limited time at hand to deal with and act on crisis in case of a bomb threat. So, without consulting any higher authority, BTAC acts and take all decisions. The members of the Bomb Threat Assessment Committee are 1. Airport Director, Coordinator. 2. Chief Airport Security Officer, CASO of the security agency like CISF or State Police, member. 3. Security Manager of the airline concerned, member. 4. Watch Supervisory Officer, WSO of ATC, member. 5. Airworthiness Officer, DGCA, member. 6. Representative of the local police, member. 7. Officer in charge of BDDS, Bomb Detection and Disposal Squad, member. 8. Representative of Customs and Immigration, member. The meeting of the BTAC is held in Bomb Threat Control Room. Control Room must have these facilities: phone lines with STD and ISD calling facilities. Any person who is not required there should not be in Control Room, that is, entry into Control Room should be restricted. All types of audiovisual electronic facilities should be there, like a laptop, speaker system, projector, TV, etc. The Bomb Threat Assessment Committee fills out a form called the Bomb Threat Assessment Form or Bomb Warning Assessment Form. This form has 2 parts, Part A and Part B. In Part A, details about bomb threat call are to be filled, like who received the call, time and date of call, from which phone number, what were the exact words used by the caller, etc. Part B has 5 sections in the form of boxes. The first box of Part B has 2 subsections, that is, Box 1A and Box 1B. In Box 1A, the information related to the aeroplane under bomb threat is filled in, whereas in Box 1B, the information related to airport infrastructure, like terminal building or any facility or installation under bomb threat is filled in. In Box 2 of Part B, information regarding any specific target mentioned by caller and related details is recorded. It is called Positive Target Identification, PTI. Box 3 of Part B is for recording background data or influencing factors like history of warning and terrorist activities, state of internal security alert from BCAS, delayed passengers or passengers denied boarding, etc. On the basis of information in Box 3, threats are classified into specific, non-specific or hoax calls. The Box 4 of Part B contains information about the confidence in security measures. Box 5 of Part B describes roles of different agencies in such situations. So bomb threat assessment form is used to classify the threat as specific or non-specific based on systematic and scientific evaluation called positive target identification. A specific bomb threat means a specific target mentioned by caller, like the flight number of aeroplanes, the origin or destination of the flight, information about a particular facility or location, or the person making the threat has identified himself or herself or organization involved. It is also possible that caller has told about location of bomb or nature of device. Such a situation is considered very serious and declared as a specific threat or level of threat red. A non-specific threat means any specific target not mentioned by caller but generic description like the flight number, origin or destination of the flight, the name of the airline is not mentioned, date or time of planting the bomb, location of the bomb, etc. are not told. In such a situation, credibility of caller is doubtful and the threat is considered non-specific or less serious. Level of threat decreased as amber. A bomb threat that does not identify any target, does not contain any specific information, and credibility of caller and information provider is questionable. It is called hoax call or level of threat downgraded to green. In case of a specific threat to an aircraft on ground, following steps are taken. 1. If boarding has started, it will be stopped immediately. 2. If some passengers have boarded the aircraft, all of them, along with their handbags, also crew members with their baggage, will be disembarked and asked to proceed to the terminal building. 3. Crew members on board the aeroplane will try to ascertain or identify any suspicious objects before disembarking the aeroplane. 4. Security staff manning X-ray machine will be instructed to be more alert. 5. The aircraft will be moved to remote location or the isolation bay under the supervision of senior staff. 6. Passengers who have reported after receipt of the bomb threat call will be interrogated. 7. Adequate staff will be deployed so that all baggage can be unloaded, screened or searched. 8. Entry to the aircraft will be restricted with enhanced security measures. 9. All types of baggages such as hold baggage, cabin baggage and in-flight stores, cargo, mail, etc. shall be unloaded from the aircraft and kept in a separate area at a safe distance of at least 100 meters. 10. All food items loaded in the aeroplane will also be unloaded and kept at a distance of 100 meters. 11. First aid kit or medical box will also be taken off the plane. 12. Refueling of aeroplanes will be stopped. 13. Minimum number of people, only those who are required, will be allowed to get inside the aeroplane. 14. The aircraft will be searched by designated appropriately trained staff. This team will have officials from BDDS, airworthiness officers from DGCA, officials from the airport security group, airline security staff, and aircraft maintenance engineers. 15. All passengers will be issued new boarding passes and new cabin bag tags. 16. All passengers and crew members will undergo frisking, physical search and screening. 17. 100% screening of hand baggage of all passengers and crew members. 18. 100% frisking of any baggage loaded onto the plane. If no explosive or bomb is recovered during the search of the aircraft, a clearance certificate shall be signed by all members conducting the search, and the same shall be given to the pilot in command of the aircraft. In the case of non-specific threat also, almost all the steps taken for specific threat will be repeated except following. One, the aircraft will not be moved to the isolation bay and will remain parked on the apron. 2. The engineering staff of the airlines will carry out the search of the aircraft, and no separate special team will be formed for this. However, the people of BDDS and DGCA will be available near the aircraft. 3. No unaccompanied bag will be loaded onto the aircraft. 4. Whether the loaded items are to be unloaded or not, it will be decided by the Bomb Threat Assessment Committee, keeping in view the entire situation and details available with them. Now we will discuss countermeasures against a bomb threat. To combat this, all telephone sets are equipped with caller ID. When an incident involving a bomb threat occurs and the caller is identified, it is given wide publicity in local newspapers so that all people become aware and alert about it. A bomb threat assessment is carried out promptly with the help of the bomb warning assessment form, so that further action can be taken. Training on bomb threat is given to all people working at the airport, and periodic mock exercise for bomb threat is conducted from time to time. Sniffer dogs and a bomb detection and disposal squad should be deployed at the airport. Explosives detection devices should be installed at the airport, which are called EDS and EDDS. A state-of-the-art CTX-type X-ray machine is installed at the airport. There are some generic instructions to follow when a bomb threat call is received, that is, what we should do and what we should not do. First of all, let's discuss what we should not do. Any unclaimed object that is suspected to be a bomb should not be touched or removed. We should not try to open it or prick it. It should not be immersed in water to diffuse it. One should not accept any object from anyone based on its color and appearance. It may be a bomb. Do not take any metallic object near suspected bomb. Do not try to see it with bright, high-intensity light. Do not try to cut any string or wire. Do not pick any packet of suspicious bomb and try to take it to the security control room or police station. Cordon the area and do not allow anyone to get close until such packets are removed from there. Now we will see what we should do. All people should be immediately evacuated from there to a safer place. All doors and windows should be kept open. The bomb disposal squad should be called immediately. Sandbags should be placed around such a suspicious object. The fire brigade, ambulance, and hospital should also be informed. In such situations, first people should be evacuated before defusing or disposal of the bomb. Thus, the sixth and last module of this course ends here. After attempting a quiz of 6 questions, you will successfully complete this course. Jai Hind! Person receiving call about a bomb threat should ask the following questions in the sequential order as below. First question: where is the bomb? That is, knowing location of the bomb so it can help in planning the response, that is, diversion of aircraft in flight, evacuation of terminal building. Second, when will it explode? Asked to help determine time factor for planning the response. Third, how does it look like? Asked so that bomb can be recognized during search. Welcome to the third module of Aviation Security Awareness course. In this module, we will discuss the different areas of an airport and things to keep in mind in those areas. We will also know about the challenges in regulating or controlling access of personnel and vehicles to different areas of the airport. An airport can be primarily classified into two areas. First, airside, and second called city side or land side, as defined in ICAO Annex 17.